Doe normaal. Let's talk about the problems that I have being overweight. Now, I promised to talk about this in my last video of me going to fast, in probably the last scene, where I talked about that I wanted to explain a lot more, but I couldn't because of brain fog. Now, it happened to be the first on my list, and that is brain fog. I got a lot of brain fog, and I notice it during studying or whenever I'm trying to concentrate on something or doing something. I always have brain fog. Even in the videos I'm trying to make, I got a lot of brain fog. Luckily, I wrote everything down so I won't forget something. Second is memory loss. Whenever you tell me like, Ray, I want you to buy me some pasta, some carrots, some apples, some raspberries, strawberries, some peppers, and some vegan cheese, I would only remember the peppers and the vegan cheese. Anything else? Oh, I forgot about them. I forgot about the raspberries, strawberries, whatnot. I forgot about them. Because I get some memory loss. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen a lot. You know? The next thing is no concentration. I get distracted easily. Or if I do try to do something or read, I have to take breaks every 10 and 15 minutes. Because I know that I could do things for hours without taking a break. But that was during the time I was exercising, eating healthy, eating the right foods, a lot of fruits and vegetables. You know, I already went vegan that time. So, but even though before when I was not vegan, I had the same good positive benefits as well. So yeah. Now, the next thing is I have barely motivation. Like really, I don't feel like the joy, the excitement to do something like, okay, now I'm gonna make a change and I'm gonna do everything. No, it feels like it's numb. You know what I'm saying? It's not the kind of exciting feeling that you think, okay, you know what? I'm ready. I'm gonna make a change. Here is a list of what I'm going to do. I'm gonna do this and this and this and this and this. I'll start today with this, start tomorrow with this, day after with this. No, I don't have that kind of feeling. I do know I wanna make a change. The first thing is my health. Because if I don't do that, then I'll have a problem. The next, I'll get close to my mic. I bought a new microphone, a condenser microphone, the Blue Yeti Studio. So, the next thing is very low libido. And I know what you guys thinking. Mr. Kensei, you're a no-fapper. It should be skyrocketing. It's not no-fap related. My bad health caused this. And you know why? Here is the deal. When you gain a lot of body fat, there is something inside the body fat that causes to aromatize testosterone into estrogen. So you have an estrogen dominance and a low testosterone, which will lead into having a low libido. It's simple. I mean, you can't help it. Did you notice that the leaner you are, the hornier you are? Well, that's it. And the fatter you are, the less horny. Even to a point where you're becoming asexual. Very high blood pressure. Now you notice it. 145 over 117 if I'm correct. And I just noticed that I'm not feeling well. And I know that I'm at risk at a lot of heart problems, including a heart attack, which I don't want to have. Maybe it should be higher to have an heart attack, in order to have an heart attack, but still, it is a risk factor. You never know, and especially because I'm 6'4", it may be a problem for me. High blood sugar levels. And as you guys could see, After a couple of hours, let's say 5 or 6 hours, not eating, my blood sugar levels were around 8.6. That is not normal. That is not normal. I mean, that contributes to a lot of health problems, just like the high blood pressure. Now, the lack of mental energy as well as physical. I notice it just like the brain fog and memory loss and no concentration. When you have a lack of mental energy, tell me to do something and I'll be feeling like, oh, do we really have to do this? I mean, I'd rather lay down on a bench, grabbing a bag of potato chips, maybe some vegan cookies, you know? Maybe because now we have vegan ice cream of Elpro. Oh man, I want to try that out, but I don't want to do it right now because I'm trying to fast and lose all the weight. Then, after that, I'll try out new vegan ice cream. I want to try that. Not to regain all the weight, but to test out the taste and, I want to see. Because I hope that the vegan stuff tastes a lot better than the ice creams with animal products in it. I'm not trying to force you into veganism whatsoever because that's your choice. I'm not like those dumbasses like Vegan Gains, Free the Dumbass, or Free Lies because she's a liar. I'm gonna do some videos in the future about her, but that's not a point right now. I'm gonna talk about my stuff first. Now I got sick a lot faster. I got headaches, stomach cramps, name it. I always have some issue. And back in the days, I didn't have any. I barely had any. Also because I was practicing fasting a lot in combination with the vegan diet, so I was always feeling fine. I was feeling on top. So, the next one is depression. I mean, it can be called depression, though I don't have any negative thoughts about life, I know that people would call it the depression, but it isn't because I'm still positive about life. I'm not just enjoying things, That's my issue. I don't feel the kind of happiness you would feel like, oh my God, how great. I just feel, yeah, I like it, but I'm not feeling that excitement or whatsoever. I'd rather lay down and chill. And to be honest, I get a lot more happiness out of laying down in the sun and doing absolutely nothing rather than doing some fun stuff like, playing some darts or whatsoever, any kind of stuff you would think of that you would think, what, that's something that can make you and everybody else happy, but not in my case. I mean, yeah, it's I don't enjoy stuff, but at the same time, I'm not interested at this very moment. I used to be, and I will be, but because of my health issues, current health issues, I'm not interested in it at all. And even before that, I wasn't interested in doing fun stuff because, I don't know, it makes me feel like, nah, it's okay. It's a numb feeling. It's like you cannot feel excited. So that's definitely something that came along with my health issues of high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and being overweight. Now the next thing is thinning hair on top of my head. This side is thinning out. Not severely, because I got a poo load of hair on top of my head. But the thing is, I do notice that it is a lot thinner. Not say a lot thinner. It's thinner. I like to over-exaggerate it about my hair because, sometimes you do feel like, oh, I hope that I won't be bald by the incoming 10 years. And I know that you can reverse the whole process, especially when you're lacking vitamin D, which I can get because I'm, from the Mediterranean place. Coming from Sevilla, it's quite easy to get sun. And my mom was born there. So, the thing is, in Spain during the hot summer on vacation, it was always like, oh man, this is so great. And I always notice that my hair is just getting thicker and nice and it's becoming shiny and whatnot. So yeah, that's something that always can be helped, and especially vitamin B as well. which you can get from a lot of fruits, etc. Next thing, athlete's food. I get that often, man. It bothers me. Like really, there is no day that goes by without me having to scratch between my toes, and it hurts a lot. Either with or without scratching. And back in the days when I was taking cold showers, when I was cleaning up myself, I was fasting a lot, I had no issue. That's why I know that fasting will work for us, and for me as well. The next thing, dandruff. Oh my god. I got a dry scalp, like really, I got a dry scalp. And you should know, the last video, which was made yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday, by the way, yes, indeed. See, memory loss. When I was recording that same day, I wanted to have some break because I was thinking like, you know what, I don't want to look like a homeless guy because, you know, if I could show you a picture of how I would look right now, not right now, wow, memory loss again. If I would show you a picture of how I looked before I was trimming down my beard and before I got the braids, I looked really like a homeless guy. I mean, I could go outside and grab a cup, you know, tear my clothes apart and say, please give me $1. And I would get it. You know what I'm saying? So, in order to fix this, I have to take cold showers, but also fasting along with it. When I was taking cold showers, I would never have dandruff. Also, take note, cold showers are not necessary. What you need to do after shampooing and using a conditioner is shut it off, or finish it off with cold water above your head. Wash everything off. Because cold water on the scalp is what will make the dandruff go. Because if you're washing with hot water, your scalp will dry out and you will get dandruff. You will get dandruff. No matter how long it will take. It may even take a couple of months, maybe years, of continuous use of hot water on your head. But you will have a dry, itchy scalp. Now, erectile dysfunction. And once again, it's not no-fap related, but estrogen dominance. It's the same thing with my low libido. The higher your estrogen, the lower your testosterone, the earlier you'll have an erectile dysfunction. And yes, combine that with fapping and it will get worse. That's why both of them, no fap and fasting, will kill all the dysfunction. And you will have a rock hard wood. That's simple. I know, I'm gonna do that. So, sleep problems. Oh man, this is one thing I need to explain. My problem is I have a couple of hours of sleep, and I know during those couple of hours I maybe have, let's say, half an hour till an hour of deep sleep. That's my assumption. Of course, it can be lower, maybe a little bit higher, but not longer than that. Do you know why? Because I always feel exhausted. I once had, let's say, around 8 or 9 hours of sleep, and still would wake up as tired as I would be before going to bed. Those are severe problems. As you guys can notice, it's kind of dark underneath my eyes. And maybe it's not visible now, maybe it is, I don't know. I'll be seeing that when I'll be uploading the video on my PC. So I did notice that it was a little bit darker underneath my eyes because I got some sleeping problems. But it will be fixed because during my fasting time, I would have the best sleep ever, like really. After waking up, oh man, I would feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger, muscle. You would wake up and be like, I can do it. But now at this moment, I feel like, oh, I don't want to do it. But I do need some extra sleep, man. So the next thing is a bad physical condition. My stamina is bad. I'm out of breath during exercise, a lot faster than I used to be. So yeah, during exercise and losing weight, I will have an increase of stamina, etc., and endurance, of course. But now I tire out a lot faster than I used to be. So the next thing, and this is related to having high blood sugar levels. I have to pee a lot and I'm thirsty a lot of times over day. Let's say if I would be, let's say if I would admit to my feelings, I would drink at least 1.5 gallons of water a day. Let's say 6 liters of water a day, at least 5-6 liters. But I don't want to do that because I know if I drink a lot, I would have a relationship with the toilet, just like when you have a lot of fiber in your diet and you have a relationship with the toilet because you have to poo-poo a lot. And you don't like that. Me neither. Vision problems. Yes. When I was lean, my, let's say, focus on both eyes was perfect. I could stare at you for the whole time. And it may look like I'm staring a lot. But this eye right now has focus problems. Let me explain it to you. It's like you're holding your camera and your camera's trying to zoom in and focus at the same time. But how does it feel? Like zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out. And it only happens when I'm trying to focus and concentrate on one spot. So that's why I cannot look long into someone's eyes. At the camera is quite different because there's a lot of spots I can look at. But looking in somebody's eyes, it makes me feel like, oh man, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I have to close my left eye because when I do that, then I can stare at somebody's eye for hours. Although I have to blink, but you get my point. So that's what I have. And I know that because when I used to be overweight years ago, that was during 2012, I got overweight. It was during a time when I was with one of my exes, yeah, we had a good time, barbecuing a lot. Was time I wasn't vegan, neither was she, of course, but it never came across our minds to become vegans. And I was eating a lot. She could give me all the stuff. I don't remember, we went to Germany getting a lot of meat and stuff, and I was eating and eating and eating. I was getting overweight, and that was the moment I would have visual problems. I would call it visual impairment, although visual impairment means that you have loss in vision, and I don't have that. I have a problem with concentrating or focusing in one spot. Even she told me that sometimes when I was looking at her, my left eye would start, go moving away from the side. And that's a problem I had. So yeah, in order to fix this, I just have to lean out and lose all the weight, stabilize my blood sugar levels, etc., and everything will be fine. So the next thing, and I think you guys noticed it in this video, in my last video as well, I have problems with articulating. I notice when I'm talking, I have problems with articulating. Sometimes when I'm talking, I talk either way too fast and I'm babbling. And I'm noticing that after a while, like, oh wow, that's not what I wanted to say. And that's not what I meant. And that's a problem I have when I'm overweight. When I'm lean, I never have this issue. Why? Because when your body is healthy and you're exercising a lot, etc., your brain gets all the nutrition it needs. So when you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, your body gets the glucose, your brain functions properly, so you won't have that issue. But at this moment, because of the high blood sugar levels and being insulin resistant, aka type 2 diabetes, I think I'm type 2 diabetes already, my brain doesn't get the nutrition it needs in order to function properly. That's why I'm not articulating well. It may seem so, but it isn't. So, yeah, the next one is my voice got a lot higher instead of deeper like the old days. Because I know during 2000 and, yeah, the last of 2013, 14, 15 and 16, my voice was a lot deeper than what it is now. It may even sound a bit okay, but it isn't. And when I'm leaning out, you will notice it, that my voice will change. Now the next thing is I got a lot more acne. Sometimes I have it on, strange spots of my body, like below my armpit, or between my teeth and my upper leg, and they can become like big zits that hurts real bad, that I have to use a needle to pop them, because if I don't, I may be walking funny for a couple of days until they heal themselves. And most of my acne is on my back at this very moment. I don't have them on my face, I don't have them on my chest. It's particularly the armpit. Even though I shave a lot, clean a lot, it doesn't matter, I'll still get it. And especially when I became overweight, between my legs. Why? Because when you're fat, your legs are, riding up to each other, and when it's oversensitive, you'll get an infection, and that will result into some acne or zits that will hurt real bad. Now the next thing, I got 3 of them left, and the third is terrible sugar cravings. And I remember when I was like a couple of weeks ago, I bought some cookies at Sharp, some vegan cookies. They got some great vegan cookies. Sharp, I believe it's in Rotterdam. They were at another party where you can just get a lot of vegan cookies. Although they're a bit more expensive, but you know what? I like to stay vegan, so like I said, I would like to eat some cookies, and I was eating those cookies. I was eating a lot of junk food, by the way. A lot of vegan junk food. But I was eating those cookies, and I noticed even after eating boxes of cookies, I would still crave them, but double the dose. Like the next 2 hours, I'd be like, damn, I wish I had double the boxes right now. And wow, sugar cravings? Yes, as a vegan, you can have terrible sugar cravings. That's why I notice a lot of vegans are using, refined sugar in addition to what they eat. We shouldn't be doing that. You'll mess up your health. Additional sugar, refined sugar is bad. I mean, if you want to have some sugar, eat fruit. That's the best thing you can do. Now, the next thing, this is the second one, the second last. I get stressed out real easy. A small thing could stress me out. It makes me feel like I'm stressed out a lot. It makes something very small feel like something really big. And back in the days when I was training, exercising, feeling healthy, being healthy, etc., lean, I didn't have that issue. You could try to stress me out, but all I would do is staring at you and wonder what the heck you've been doing. And at the same time, grab me some orange juice or some Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is bad, but I like that stuff. And still stare at you and wonder again what the heck you're doing. So yeah, and the last one is burned out. Although I have this problem for quite a while, when you're overweight, you get burned out real easy. A lot of stress can make you feel like you have nothing more to give. All you want to do is sleep. Try to recover. But sleep won't help you recover from the burnout syndrome. You have to get therapy or you have to fast a lot or whatsoever. That's why I'm also fasting. You know, when you follow burnout therapy, meditation as a fasting, man, that's the ultimate cure for burnout syndrome. Although fasting and meditating is perfect, add, excuse me, therapy and go 3 times fast instead of 2 times faster. So that's it for the things I'm experiencing right now. These are the things that I have, the problems that I have right now with my health, and they will all be solved. I will solve all these issues that I talked about, but I have to lose all the weight, etc. So, like I said, today is 20 January, tomorrow is 21st. So, tomorrow, yeah, indeed, it's 20 January because now it's night, 1 o'clock in the night. It used to be 90, but that was like 1 hour ago. Then it was 19 January. No, I'm just joking with you guys. Yeah, but I'm not joking about the time and the date. So, tomorrow, overday, I'll start my fasting. And let's say today in the morning, in 8-9 hours, I'll have my fruits and fruits only. No vegetables today at all. No starch, none of that. Just to clean out and have clean bowel movement to make sure that I have nothing left in my gut area as well as my abdominals. Let's say in my intestines, excuse me. And I'll have a salt water floss as well. So when I'm going to be fasting, I'll get into ketosis real fast because there are no remaining calories floating around in my gut or my intestines. So that's it, guys. That's what I wanted to say. Just wanted to tell you guys. And tomorrow will be the first day of my fasting, and I'll be making a video then. So thanks for watching, and as for always, guys, make sure you like this video, share my video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, and remember, doe normaal.